Home is more than bricks and mortar. It's more than to-do lists, interest rates, and mortgage payments. It's experiences, sights, sounds, smells. It's memories and moments inside and out, then and now. This is Home with Julie Davidson. Good morning. You're home with Julie Davidson, and you're here with Ben Krajeric, who I most recently met. He is with Service Master Quick Restore. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Julie. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I love this because it's a small world connection. You and I just recently met, and unbeknownst to both of us, that you know my best friend. And I actually had contact with your wife first, who recently posted about if people were having issues with the recent rainfall. That her husband, who is you, works in restoration. And you bet I messaged her right away. And right after that, I'm taking a listing. I'm listing someone's parents' home. And he said, hold on, I got water in the basement. I need somebody. And I said, hold on, I got somebody. So can you tell me, what services does your company really provide?
Service Master Quick Restore's major wheelhouses is going to be your biohazard trauma cleanup. And what I mean by that is, unfortunately, situations occur where a loved one may pass away in a home and folks don't know how to properly clean it up. We offer those certified technicians that know the steps and the procedures we can take. We also do, of course, water, fire, smoke, odor, and of mold if everybody has it. We don't like to use that word a lot because it could be just microbial growth, but we take care of all that. That is in our wheelhouse. And we also do offer services that are not kind of that boogeyman related stuff. We also do duct cleaning. So if you're looking to sell your property or you just recently moved in and want to make sure that you have proper airflow through your ducts in your home, we do offer duct cleaning services. We have carpet cleaning similar to that. So if you're trying to get your home ready for sale, or if you're trying to move in and before you move all your stuff in, make sure you have all brand new looking carpet. We offer that service also.
I never would have known that. And I love that you share that because, Ben, a lot of times we just get used to living with our house the way it is. And then when you start getting ready to sell your house, you're looking at that carpet or you're wondering about your ducks. And so it's good to know that. We talk about how much rain we've had in the Midwest, particularly in our area, in the Milwaukee area, Metro Milwaukee area. And I think people think, oh, it's just a little bit of dampness. I can take care of it myself. And maybe they can, but why shouldn't, if you've taken on water, I mean, I'm talking like water, not just like, oh, it feels damp in the air, but if you've got water sitting, why should people consider hiring a professional?
Absolutely. So yes, like you said, just minimal water. Probably you could probably do what you need to do to dry out your basement. But if there was substantial amount of water in there, you don't know where the source of that water come from. It could have been the seepage from the rain. It could be a sewer backup. And if it's a sewer backup, then we're talking about microbes and things in the water that have now gotten onto your carpet and your walls, etc. So having a service professional makes sense to at least consult with them. But if you choose to do it yourself, I liken it to if you ever have legal troubles, would you choose to represent yourself, which you are allowed to do,
Mm,
or would you get an attorney? You
yeah.
know, attorneys are that's their main reason for being employed is they're the professionals in that industry. So just like a disaster restoration professional, we are trained. We know what to look for. It's not the things that you can see, it's the things that you can't see that you want to be aware of.
Oh, that's a really good point. And I do think a lot of people, and I don't know that I would know if I ever took on water. I think people think it's just water. It's not anything bad that's come in. I mean, can we see that with the naked eye? Like how I think people assume there's no smell, it's not sewer backup, it's just some water that came into the house. I mean, is that accurate or how do we know?
Glad you brought that up. Yeah. So obviously in our neighborhood, we don't have too many homes that have sump pumps. So the pump that you have is called an ejector pump in your home, and it may be ejecting what looks like clear water, but that water that it's ejecting has gone through the sewer pipes. It's gone through places where
Oh.
there have been sewer contaminated water that may look clear. It doesn't smell bad, but if that is what the problem is, you can't just by the naked eye realize that, oh, yes, I should be able to accurately handle that and make sure that there's no potential for any kind of growth down the road.
Oh, I love that. I love how you say that because that's something I would not have considered. So assuming that, most of us have homeowners insurance, there's a process, I'm sure. And that alone, I think you bring that up and people just get overwhelmed. Does your company help navigate how to work through working with homeowners insurance policy or homeowners insurance companies?
Absolutely. We will come in, and that's kind of what differentiates us in the sense that we're going to come in and understand what your policy covers. We're going to help you understand what your policy covers because we're not there saying file a claim immediately because you may get your claim rejected, and we've had that happen oftentimes. So it's a consultation process that we come in, we listen to what the issue is, we do our own inspections, we figure out what it is, and after a conversation with you and with your insurance agent, and maybe even in the adjuster, if we get the adjuster involved, it may be determined that we don't need to file a claim because once you ring the bell for a claim, you can't unring that bell.
Mm,
So
okay.
always using caution before filing that emergent claim and getting it some of the information ahead of time is key because definitely taking the time to understand, is it worth it? Is it worth me filing my claim for my deductible is X number of dollars, but the total down damage is a little bit beyond that. I don't think it makes sense to do that. So we're going to educate you. We're going to help your insurance agent and you get together and make sure it doesn't make sense or it does, depending on the situation.
That's good. This is new for many people. It's like hopefully never in a lifetime, but maybe once in a lifetime they've had to deal with this and work through, all of that paperwork and the ins and outs. And so we're not experts like you are. Is there anything, Ben, you think that people as homeowners can do to kind of to prepare their house like in advance? Like what can we do now proactively, it before
I'm
an
glad you
event happens?
Absolutely. I'm glad you used the word proactive. Taking a proactive approach to your property, to the pitfalls, reaching out to an expert like myself. And we send out monthly, quarterly, biannually informational updates, just things to prepare for the seasons. Obviously, we're in the rainy spring season right now, but we'll come to the winter when pipes will freeze. So just we like to send out informational pieces. So connecting proactively with somebody like a restoration person like myself, that we can provide you those emergency management tips and ways to. Obviously, Mother Nature is going to do what Mother Nature is going to do, and not everybody can prevent every kind of event. But there are things that you can do to make sure, like for example, your downspouts are clear.
Good one.
Things that keep the water away from your property as much as possible. Just when it comes to fire, just making sure you don't overload your outlets, especially around the holidays. People like to plug in a bunch of things around their Christmas tree,
Sure
and that
do.
becomes a fire hazard. But
Yeah.
just all of those proactive things that you can do to just ensure, hey, I realize that if emergencies and things could happen, but what I can do on my end in the upfront to make sure that it doesn't only can benefit you in the long run.
I love that. I love that. Thanks for sharing that because I think we sometimes just think, well, there's nothing we could do now. We'll just wait. No, if there's something we could do now, let's do it now. Let's try and minimize, ahead of time. God forbid, goodness
Absolutely.
forbid rather that something ever happen, but I mean things could happen. So Ben, thank you. I know like you're in your car, like you actually took time out. I'm sure you're probably between meetings
In
right
between jobs,
now.
absolutely. Yep.
I appreciate that. Service Master Quick Restore. Ben, how do people reach you or a team member if they want to? Can you give some information?
Sure, absolutely. So I'll leave my cell phone out there. That's the fastest way. If you
Okay.
have an issue, you contact me and then I get the ball rolling for you. It's 920-217-0431. Um, you can also send call the main phone number. It's 888 SMQ, or I'm sorry, SMKWIK1. So SM Quick 1 is the toll-free number. And that'll just get to our dispatching area and they can engage things immediately as well. And then, of course, shoot me an email if you want to be added to my monthly tips
Oh,
for just what I send out. And that's BENK at SMKWIK.com. So BenK at SMQuick.com.
I'm really grateful that you took the time to talk today because I think this is one of those situations where when you don't have a contact like yourself, it's almost you can feel overwhelmed in that moment and panicked and just who do I reach out to? So now we
Absolutely.
know this. I mean, this isn't a hard
And
sell. It's
I'm,
nothing like that. But people, I always say
oh
they
no.
need they need information and they need options. So thank you for your information and for being option. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. And there is no cost for me to come take a look. And that's the one thing that people, I'm not going to get charge you a service charge or anything. Unless if it becomes a job, that's a different story.
Right.
But happy to come take a look. Happy to come educate you as much as I can just to help you prepare.
Oh,
So
I love
looking
that.
forward to
I love that. Thank you.
appreciate the time, Julie.
Yeah.